Hey you guys, welcome to another YouTube workout. Today we have something a little different flow than we typically have, with me anyway. We're gonna be on the mat and on the reformer. So this is mimicking the type of flow we're gonna do on my November 11th YouTube live. Okay, so if you're planning on attending that live workout on November 11th, it's at 10 a.m. Central US time. Okay, 10 a.m. Central US time. And we're gonna hit, the beginning part is gonna be on the mat, and then the next half, or a little more than half, next 3/4 of the workout is gonna be on the reformer. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're just gonna shorten that a little bit. So we're gonna do about 10 minutes on the mat, and then we're gonna hit about 20 minutes on the reformer. Now what we do today is not what we're gonna do on November 11th. We're gonna do something totally different, but we're gonna use both the mat and the reformer. And the reason we're doing this is because I want you to see that they are both somewhat interchangeable, right? The principles of Pilates are the same, no matter whether you're on the mat or you're on the reformer. Now, I'm very contemporary or creative flow Pilates, right? I don't do as much traditional work as some, but I want you to hear the breathing techniques, the bone rhythms, the way we move, the focus on form, all of that holds true whether you're on the mat or on the reformer. So sometimes when you don't have access to your reformer, the mat can be just as powerful, sometimes harder. Okay, so we're gonna do that today. Now, all you need is your mat off to the side, or if you have a carpet, that will work as well too, okay? You're gonna need your yoga block today. So grab that, and you want that on your reformer. I'll talk about setup more once we get there. All right, I have a platform extender on right now. Don't worry about that. You don't really need it, okay, because we're not gonna be utilizing this the way my machine was already set up, but you're not gonna need your platform extender on. One extra light spring should be on, so that's one yellow on a balanced body reformer. If you don't have an extra light spring, use your lightest spring possible, okay? And then your headrest will be down, and you are gonna need your short loops today, just your short loops. I have both long and short always on my reformer, but you're only gonna need your short ones. Okay, now your yoga block is only when we hit the reformer. It is not for the mat at all. Follow me to one end of your mat. We're gonna get started right here. Your feet are gonna be hips width apart. Now we're gonna be working on those hips a lot today, so you'll notice that as we get going. Arms are long by your side. I want you to feel grounded in your mat. On your inhale, you're gonna bring those arms up and overhead, finding length throughout the body. On your exhale, you're gonna nod your chin, start to round your spine all the way up from that cervical spine, following yourself down to the floor with those hands. The back of your knees are as open as much as possible, but try not to lock the joint. Just hold in this forward fold. Feel the back of the leg. Feel that stretch. On your next inhale, you're gonna walk all the way out and find a plank. I just want you to hold this plank. All right, so your wrists are under your shoulders. Spread all 10 fingers out nice and wide so you feel that solid connection or that suction cup feeling right at the center of your palm. You're protracting your shoulder blades, so you're pushing the floor away from you as you draw that navel up and in. Your legs are strong. You're reaching from your heels all the way out the crown of your head. Hold for 6, for 5, last 4, and 3, last 2, and you're gonna walk all the way back up. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible as you take your hands back towards your feet. Hang in that forward fold and roll, stacking your spine one vertebrae at a time all the way back up to start. And I want you to stay right here. We're gonna change what we're doing. We're gonna find a hinge. So we're gonna focus on the seat crease where the leg meets the hip. All right, I want you to keep your feet slightly wider than your shoulder, or slightly wider than your hips. Soften your knees, arms are long by your side. Now, not thinking about your knees, you're gonna think about your seat crease. I want you to go ahead and fold forward, keeping your back flat. Okay, you're folding forward, your arms are gonna reach and hang just under your shoulders. All right, so my fingertips are about mid-shin, okay? My arms are hanging right under my shoulders, but My back is completely flat, which means that applies to your shoulders as well. I don't want your shoulders drooping. I want you to think about your collarbone like a coat hanger. And think about those shoulders reaching out towards the side of the room. Okay? Your back is flat. I want you to think about applying pressure to the outside of your legs. So think about separating the floor between your feet, pressing into the lateral line. Okay, now from here, you're going to reach those arms up and overhead. Inhale, palms are down, your biceps frame your ears. Hold. You're going to open your arms out to a T and hold. Okay, now we're going to rotate from that thoracic spine. So keeping your arms nice and wide, you're going to rotate your right shoulder and your right rib to the left. Hold that rotation. Exhale back through center. Now you're going to go the other way. Rotate to the right. Left shoulder, left rib, and exhale back through center. Now your arms are going to come back under your shoulders, and you're going to walk all the way out to a plank. All the way out to a plank and hold. Okay, your right hand is going to tap your left shoulder. Tap and hold it there for 3, for 2, put it back. Okay, left hand taps your right shoulder. Hold it there for 3, 2, put it back. Let's walk all the way back. Keeping your legs as straight as possible, you're going to walk all the way back towards your feet. Connect your heels, hang in that forward fold. Inhale as you stack your spine and round all the way up. Let's do that again. We're going to find that hinge. Soften your knees. Okay, arms are going to hang right underneath the shoulders, but your collarbone is like a coat hanger. You're separating the floor between your feet as you hinge with that flat back. Feel that sincere broadening at the glute. You should feel the lateral line of your leg because you're trying to separate that floor between your feet. Inhale those arms up and overhead so your biceps frame your ears. Take your arms out to a T and hold. Let's rotate to the left. So your right shoulder, right rib basket, rotate, inhale. Exhale back through center. Left shoulder, left rib basket, keeping those arms in that T. And exhale back through center. Bring those arms back under the shoulders, hands to the floor. Walk all the way out to your plank. Find your plank and hold it, connect. Right hand goes to your left shoulder and it stays there for 3, for 2, put the right hand back. Left hand taps your right shoulder, hold it there for 3, for 2, put it back. Keep your legs straight as you walk back towards your toes. One vertebrae at a time. You're going to roll up, stacking that spine all the way up to standing. Nice job. All right, we're going to come towards the middle of our mat. Feet slightly wider than your hips again, okay? We're going to work a little more hip rotation now, okay? So we're working on the pelvis and the hips quite a lot today. We're going to find that hinge, okay? So soften your knees. Arms are going to be long by your side. We're going to hinge forward. So folding at that seat crease, you can always put your hands there to feel that sandwich occur between your thigh and your pelvis, right? So we're going to sandwich those fingers. Otherwise, your arms are hanging below your shoulder. Okay, you're separating the floor between your feet. Collarbone is wide like a coat hanger. Back is nice and flat. Eyes are on the floor. You have a long spine, so we're not going to let the head droop. We're not looking at our pelvis, right? We're looking straight down. Okay, hold. Now, from here, we're going to rotate to the right. So first, I want you to take your right hand and put it on your hip. Your left leg and left shoulder are going to rotate to the right. So you're going to pivot on the ball of your left foot and take your left hip and your left shoulder and rotate to the right. Okay? So internal rotation on the left hip, and then we come back through center. Okay, stay here. Let's do it again. Rotate that left hip, left shoulder to the right. Right side is isometric, right? You're going to feel that left hip drop a little bit. And then come back through center, set your heel down. So it's a reach. I don't want you to overly think it though, thinking more about the hip and less about the knee rotating internal. right? Your knee will follow, but I want you to think all the way from the hip. The hip rotates, that arm and that shoulder follows, right? So I want you to think the whole left side of the body, and then back through center. 3 more. Rotating. Your collarbone is still wide like a coat hanger. All right, so we're not letting those shoulders round. And then back through center. 2 more. Left hip, left shoulder, rotate. And back through center. Last one. Left hip, left shoulder, internal rotation. And back through center. And come all the way up. We're going to do the other side right away because then we're going to hit the reformer. Okay, so arms hang long by your side. Let's do it again. Soften your knees. Let's find that hinge. You're going to separate the ground between your feet as you hinge forward. Arms are going to reach, fingertips about mid-shin, right back nice and flat. Take your left hand to your hip. Hold it there. Now right side. Right hip and right shoulder, pivoting on the ball of your right foot, internal rotation, and then back through center. Stay in your hinge. It's been a lot of talking today, so who knows what's going to come out of my mouth next, right? Could get pretty entertaining. Rotate and center. All right, so this rotation is not going to be gigantic, right? Typically, internal rotation is lesser than external rotation. You're not going to get as deep, right? But there's been a link between internal rotation or increased mobility at the hip and leakage, right? Incontinence. So it's kind of cool to play around with it, right? Especially if you've had kids and that pelvic floor is taking a beating, right? 3 more. Internally rotate at the hip, thinking less about the knee. The knee follows, right? And then back through center. Good. Inhale, rotate. The femur in the hip, right? But that hip's going to drop a little bit. Good. And last one, rotate to the left and back through center and rise all the way up. Nice job, you guys. All right, let's hit the reformer. You are done with the mat. So leave everything as it is. You are still on an extra light spring. Your yoga block is parallel with the carriage, so the long way. We are going to kneel on top of the yoga block with our left knee. Okay, our left knee is on the block. So you are centered on your carriage. The block is under your left knee, and I want you to make sure that the block is pretty close to the springs, okay? Because I want you in a beautiful 4-point kneel. So hands on the carriage, knees are level, which means your right knee is hovering off the carriage, okay? Your left knee is connected to the yoga block. Your right knee is hovering, but I'm in a 4-point kneel position. So my pelvis is level, and so are my shoulders. Okay, now we are going to reach forward with our left hand, okay, and you're going to grab your short loop, that left strap short loop, and you're going to take that left arm right outside the frame of the reformer, okay? Now, right here, you're holding steady, okay? The left arm is in line with my shoulder. It's a little wider out to the side, okay? But right here, we're going to unlevel the pelvis. So you are going to tap your right knee and shin to the carriage. Tap. So let your right hip drop. Don't bend your right elbow. Just let your right hip drop. And then pick up your right hip. That's all the core. Now your left arm is going to reach up and back with that strap. Whoo! Bring it back. Okay. Let's do it again. Right knee and shin, tap the carriage. I use my transverse abdominal muscles to pick the knee back up. And now my left arm, this is balance and stability, left arm reaches up and back, a match stick arm. Okay, so your arm is close to your side when it reaches up and back, palm towards the ceiling. Bring it back alongside the frame. Here we go. Tap the knee and shin, lift, reach that left arm up and back. Whoo! Right outside the frame. Good. Tap and lift. Left arm up and back. Make sure your right elbow is not locked out. Okay, you are looking at the headrest. You have 2 more. Tap right knee and shin and lift. Left arm up and back. Feel those transverse abdominal muscles. You've got a lot of cross-body connection going on here. Last one. Right knee, shin, tap. We work to level the pelvis. And then we take that left arm up and back. And we hold the arm up and back this time. Hold it there. Your left elbow is going to bend and press. Your right knee is hovering. Your hips are level. Okay, we're just doing a tricep extension now, challenging stability. Bend and press. You have 3 more. Bend and press. Last 2. Really work to level those hips and press. Last one. Bend and press and bring it all the way down. Woo! Okay, hang up that strap. Take your yoga block out from under your knee. You are going to sit rear facing, okay? But we are going to straddle our left shoulder block, okay? So right heel on the headrest, left foot on the frame. Scoot close to your shoulder block. And now, before you lay down, you want to keep, scoot close to your, shoulder block. I keep thinking I'm saying yoga block, but it's shoulder block, holding your yoga block. Take your strap that is right in front of you, okay, and that is going to come onto your left thigh, okay? So left short loop on your left thigh, so above your knee, okay? Stay close to the shoulder block. You're straddling it, okay? Now you're going to lay down. Remember, there is nothing for your head when you lay down. Okay, your yoga block is going to come between your knees. So your legs are going to be in tabletop. Okay, now your hands are going to go behind your head. Interlace your fingers, thumbs long down the back of your neck, create a cradle. Your shins are parallel to the floor. Your feet are flexed. Okay, your knees are over your hips, not over your belly button. Okay, we want the core to work hard. So knee over hip. Okay, now remember, the yoga block is not the wide way. It's the skinny way because you want your knees hips width apart. All right, now, hold here. You're going to give me one beautiful ab curl. So on your exhale, tractioning your skull up and back, you're going to lift the tips of your shoulder blades and hold. All right, we're going to work from that seat crease again. We're going to lower our heels. So we open the front of the pelvis. Keep that 90-degree bend at the back of the knee. Exhale, pull back. Now, I'm going to unfold my knees. Open the back of the leg. Bend at the knee. Now we're going full leg extension. Extend the legs and bend the legs. Let's do it again. Reconnect to your ab curl. Lower your heels, opening the front of your pelvis. Keep your low back on the carriage. Lift your heels. Open the back of the knee, unfold. Good, bend. Now fully extend those legs right off the hip. The lower the legs, the more challenging, right? And bend the knees. You can always change that in your body. Here we go, recommit to that ab curl. Lower the heels, lift the heels. Unfold at the knee. Bend the knee, full leg extension, both legs, and bring it back. Whoo, we got 4 more. Lower the heels and lift the heels. Unfold. Good, and bend. Full leg extension. So good. Hang on to this. Recommit to that ab curl. Lower the heels. Lift the heels. Unfold the back of the leg. Good, bend. Full leg extension. You've got 2 more. There are no layers. Hang on with me. Lower your heels, open the front of the seat crease. Don't let that low back lift though. You keep that connection, ribs are closed. Unfold and bend, full leg extension. Last one, keep those elbows wide, traction that skull. Heels down, heels up. Unfold and bend. Full leg extension and pull it back. and release it all. Come on up. Carefully grab onto the shoulder blocks, however you need to get up. Take that strap off your leg. We're going to move to the other side. Scoot to the right. Scoot to the right. Okay. Whew. Straddling the right shoulder block now. All right, we are going to start. No, we're not going to start with this. We're going to start on our knees. Come onto your knees. See that? I needed a moment. We're not going to reverse through the same way. So we're going to give the abs a little break. We're going to do that knee or that hip dip first. All right, so this time, your right knee is going on the yoga block, okay? And you are centered on your carriage, okay, in a 4-point kneel. Your yoga block is really close to your springs, okay, maybe 1-2 inches away from the edge. You're going to find a 4-point kneel. So hands down underneath your shoulders. Your left knee is hovering. Your right knee is on the block. All right, we're starting with a level pelvis. Go ahead and reach forward with your right hand and grab your short loop. Okay, we're already looking at balance here. Bring that right arm out to the side along the frame. Hold. Okay, now, here we go. We're going to dip the pelvis first. Okay, so eyes on your headrest. You're going to lower your left knee and left shin to tap the carriage. Use your core to pick it up. And now right arm is going to reach up and back. And then we're going to bring it down under the shoulder. Here we go. So my arm is a little wider than my shoulder right now. Okay, because it's outside the frame. Lower your knee and hip and your shin, tap. Pick it up and hold. Right arm reaches up and back. I do not want you resting your right arm on the frame. Okay, try to stay away from the frame. Here we go. Left knee and hip. Tap and pick it up. Right arm reaches up and back. And bring it down. You've got 3 more. Nice and strong here. Left knee and hip. Tap and up. Right arm reaches up and back. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more. Tap, knee, and lift. Level the pelvis. Right arm reaches up and back. Good. You've got 1 more just like this. Tap the left knee. Lift the hip. Hold. Right arm reaches up and back. Hold. Hold this one. Okay, here we go. Palm is facing the ceiling. Right elbow bends. Keep that elbow lifted. And extend. Full extension every time. Bend. And press. You got this. Nice and controlled. No momentum or that's going to throw you off the block. Feel those transverse abdominals really work to keep the pelvis level. 3 more. Press. Exhale, bend. Last 2. Press and bend. Last 1. Press and bend and come all the way down. Whew. Okay, hang up the strap for just a second. Take your yoga block out. Scoot closer. Now we're going to straddle that right shoulder block. Okay, scoot close. All right, really close. Really close. Your yoga block is in your hand. You're going to take that same strap you just had, and that short loop is coming around your right thigh. Short loop, right thigh, okay? Hold on to the block, the shoulder block, as you roll back, and then scoot even closer. Okay, now, your yoga block is going to come between your knees, so let's bring the legs up into tabletop. You're going to feel the carriage pull out because you've got tension on your strap now. Your hands are going to interlace behind the base of the skull. Okay, thumbs long down the back side of the neck. Let's find that beautiful ab curl on your exhale, lifting the tips of the shoulder blades, tractioning the skull out of the spine. You hold, elbows wide, space between chin and chest. Yes, yes. Okay, here we go. We are all compromised now. We got no choice. You're going to open the front of the seat crease, lower the heels, inhale. Exhale, pull it back with the psoas, right? Those suspender straps along the spine. Unfold the back of the knee. Bend the back of the knee. Now full leg extension, both legs extend. Whoo, pull back strong. Here we go. Heels lower, open the front of the hip. Keep the low back connected to the carriage. Pull back. Unfold the back of the knee. Good, bend. and full leg extension. Whoo! Bring it in. 4 more. Lower the heels. Lift the heels. Unfold. Bend. Full leg extension. Recommit to that ab curl every time. Make sure it's up there. 3. Heels and up. Keeping that 90-degree angle at the back of the knee. Unfold and bend. Full leg extension. Whoo, boy. Here we go. Heels lower and lift. Unfold and bend. Good. Full leg extension. You've got 2 more. You can do this. Heels down. Commit to that ab curl. Remember, there are no layers. Unfold, elbows wide, and bend. Full leg extension. Last one. Last one. Remember, where's that low back? It's on the carriage. Lift. Unfold at the knee. Bend at the knee. Full leg extension. And bring it all the way in. And come all the way out of it. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, you know what? Before you know it, it's done. See that? We have 1 more sequence. Centered move. You're going to be facing your platform. Now, I said you didn't need your platform extender, and you don't. Mine just happens to be on. If you have a wider platform, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Your hands are going to be on the platform though. So if you need something a little more comfortable, grab it quick, put it there. But that's where your hands are going to be. Your yoga block is going to come perpendicular to your carriage. Okay, so the wide way, because both your knees are going to go on it. Now you want to make sure your yoga block is closer to the shoulder blocks. This is all dependent on height. Hands are going to come to your platform. Okay, your knees are on the block. Okay, and I want you to find a modified plank. All right, so with your knees on the block, you want to make sure that your hips are open and that you're already in a plank position, right? It's just your knees are down instead of being on your toes. Connect your inner thighs, connect your ankles, point your toes. All right, now, my fingers, all 10 fingers are spread out nice and wide. The heel of your hand is on your platform. If it's not a wide platform, make sure the heel of the hand is connected, okay? We're going to do a wide push-up. So, on your exhale, your elbows are going to bend wide. Think 45-degree angle from the shoulder, okay? And your collarbone is going to chase those elbows, and you're going to inhale as you press back up. Okay, if your carriage is wiggling, that's fantastic because that's just providing a little more instability. Okay, I'm already shaking. Okay, elbows bend wide. My chest is going to come close to the springs. Inhale, press back up. Push the platform away. Okay, think about lifting out of your mid-back. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. Good, nice and strong. Remember, a push-up is a moving plank, so nothing should be changing at the center of your body. Okay, 4 more. Bend and press. Last 3. Elbows bend wide and press. Last 2. Bend and press. So the yoga block is providing a deeper range of motion for us here. Last 1. You're going to hold all the way down. Hold it. Press halfway up, all the way down. Halfway up, all the way down. Halfway up, all the way down. Last 3. Halfway up, all the way down. 2. Down. Last 1. Halfway up and down. Press all the way up and hold for 4, for 3, for 2, and come off your block. Holy moly, it's done. I'm not going to take you guys through a really big stretch because this is supposed to be short and sweet, but I'm going to give you a little something for that upper body right now because after those push-ups, this should feel nice. I want you to kneel. Okay, you can also sit crisscross applesauce if that feels better. On your reformer, you can be on the mat too if you'd rather. Your arms are long by your side. Your collarbone is wide. Bring those arms up and overhead. Thinking length again through the spine. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to grab your right wrist and you're going to traction that right arm up and out of that right hip in that little side bend to the left. Hold it. Don't be afraid to give your arm a little pull for 4, for 3, for 2. Come back through center. Right hand is going to take your left wrist. You're going to inhale as you side bend to the right, tractioning that left arm out of that left hip. And breathing normally for 4. Don't be afraid to give it a little tug for 3, for 2. Come back through center. Let those arms go. Guys, bravo. Nice job. So November 11th, meet me here, live YouTube workout. I will be with you. I won't be able to see you because it's YouTube, right? But I will be able to chat with you. All right, so live. We are going to start on the mat, just like we did today, and we're going to end on the reformer. I will give you a little stretch. And then following the workout, I will chat with you. I can chat with you about anything we did in the workout. I can chat general Pilates. I can talk about modifications. Whatever you want to talk about, bring that to me that day, okay? So bring your questions, your concerns, your thoughts, your feedback, whatever it is, because that's the time that we can actually talk. I haven't done a live YouTube in a couple years. I think it's been a couple years already. So I'm excited to do this one with you guys. November 11th, 2023 at 10 a.m. Central Time, USA time, United States, okay? So for all my international people, it's US time, 10 a.m. Central, okay? So you can Google to find what time that is wherever you are. But meet me here. We're going to do 20 minutes on the mat, 40 minutes on the reformer, followed by a full Q&A. All right, you guys, I can't wait. I love that time with you, and I especially love the chat because I could talk about Pilates all day long. So bring your questions, bring your concerns. I'm there for that. I'll see you guys soon. If you have anything before that, you know you can find me on my website, JessPFit.com. There's a contact button on every page. Just hit it. It will send me an email, and I would love to talk to you. I'll see you guys soon.